Hey, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm super happy and excited to see all of you today. I have a very fun and beneficial video today. I'm actually going to go through the business plan that helped me achieve $100 per day with my reselling business. I'm gonna go through it step by step. And I think this is a very important video because, well, $100 per day averaged over the course of a year is $36,000 per year. And when my business started achieving those numbers, it was a real turning point for me. It's really when I started to believe in myself and my business and know I could make a full-time living doing this. The $100 a day or the $36,000 a year is, well, it's subjective. It could be nothing to you. It could be everything to you. I mean, I know at that point in my business, it was everything to me. And because once I started hitting those numbers, I had a totally different outlook on my business. And well, if you were in the same boat, then I think this video is going to be very valuable to you because I'm going to break down how I achieved that step by step in a very practical and realistic business plan. Okay, but before we jump into the business plan, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been supporting the channel, all the comments and likes and the subscriptions. And you guys are literally the best, and you motivate me and you just make me want to do this every single day and provide more value and keep you guys updated with my business and all that stuff. You guys are so great. And I just want to extend a warm thank you. If you're new to this channel and you don't know who I am, my name is Jacob and I own a full-time online reselling business called Vintage by Jacob, where I buy and sell clothes primarily on the Poshmark app. But I like to talk about Poshmark and eBay and Mercari and the reselling industry and entrepreneurship. And I have been documenting the journey of my business on this YouTube channel. And well, that's really what it's all about. So, well, that's who I am. Now let's get into this business plan. So look at this. I actually invested in this whiteboard for these YouTube videos because I think it'll be a little bit more valuable to you all if I can explain it through the use of a whiteboard rather than me just talking to the camera. And well, if you're gonna spend some of your time out of your day with me, then I wanna make it as valuable as possible. So again, thank you for that. But now let's talk about the business plan and the formula that I use to help achieve $36,000 per year in my business. Now, out of full transparency, it actually took me about 3 years to hit that $36,000 a year mark. And how it went is actually my first year in business, I did about $3,000. And the second year I did about $16,000. And well, it finally took that third year where I was still a little shy, but I did about $34,000 my third year in business. If I knew then what I know now, I really don't think it would take me 3 years to do this. I actually think you could really speed this process up. I get my business on track to do about $36,000 a year or $100 a day in about 4 to 6 months, I would say. I think that's a realistic goal to kind of build up inventory, get things dialed in to help achieve that $36,000 a year mark. Okay, now let's get into the meat and potatoes, the actual business formula or the business plan that I use to help achieve these numbers. And well, the foundation of this business plan is actually going to be your sell-through rate, STR for short. Now, if you don't know what a sell-through rate is, it's simply the amount of inventory you have, how much you sell of that per day will give you your sell-through rate. So let's say you have 100 items in your inventory and you sell 1 item per day, your sell-through rate would be 1%. If you're new to the business and you don't really have enough information about your business to pull these numbers, what I would do is I would go out, get some inventory, get it listed, start selling stuff, and really give it about 2 to 4 months maybe of you selling stuff and keeping track of your numbers, and then step back, look at your business as a whole, and then calculate your sell-through rate. You're gonna need a little bit of a history to understand this number, and this number is extremely crucial, so don't skimp on it. I would actually go out and kind of just not wing it, be intentional, but just get some experience under your belt, and then yes, step back, figure out the sell-through rate, and then we can go from there. For example, my business sell-through rate hovers from about 0.5% to about 1%, depending on the season. Winter months are typically better, so that's when I'm gonna achieve a higher sell-through rate. But I guess in overall, it's somewhere in between there. Now, for this business model to be highly effective, you're gonna need a minimum sell-through rate of 0.36%. The reason why a minimum sell-through rate of 0.36% is very, very important for this business model is because if you can achieve this and you can achieve a total value of inventory worth at least $36,000, combine these two and you have yourself a $100 per day business. Now, how does this work? Well, if you took every single thing you have in your inventory and you added up the value of it and it reaches $36,000 and you sell 0.36% of that per day, then you are in theory selling $100 of goods per day, therefore that $100 a day mark. Now, how do we realistically achieve these numbers? Well, as far as the sell-through rate goes, if you can find good quality inventory, I don't think you'll have a trouble reaching that sell-through rate. Now, if your sell-through rate is lower, then simply adjust the numbers. It's still doable, but the higher the sell-through rate, the easier it is to make $100 per day. And well, now here's the big one. How do we achieve $36,000 in value of inventory? Well, it's simple. Consistency plus time. Here is exactly what I would do in this position if I were trying to regrow my business to $36,000 per year. I would set very, very small goals on getting inventory. Now, I'm actually going to use my business's numbers as an example because I think they're actually pretty easy to quantify and understand. So my average listing price of an item is $17. So let's say every day on average, you're able to list 10 items at $17 a piece. So we'll simply times that by 10. And that means every single day you are listing $170 worth of inventory. $170 per day, it would take you 211 days to reach a total value of $36,000. The reason I like these numbers is because I think it's very, very manageable for a lot of people. I think most people on 211 days out of the year can go out and source 10 items of inventory worth $17 a piece. And if you can do those three things, then you can easily achieve $36,000 in total value of your inventory. If your business has a minimum sell-through rate of 0.36%, which again, I think is a very realistic and achievable sell-through rate, even for new business owners, and the total value of your business's inventory is at least $36,000, well then that right there is the exact recipe to make $100 per day with your business. Okay, so I hope that was not too confusing. I think the concepts are pretty simple, and well, to be fair, I use pretty easy numbers to help quantify this, but you can adjust this to what your business is actually doing, what the actual average listing price of your business is and whatnot. And well, 211 days out of the year is a little over 6 months. 6 months would actually be 180 days. And well, I think it's totally achievable to get this value of inventory in 180 days. Now, I am purely talking from a revenue standpoint. I did not go into profit because things can get a little bit more confusing, but I do believe that you can figure that out for your business because it's a individual case for everybody. But I do want to touch on profit really, really quickly to illustrate how it applies to this business model. For the sake of this example and the numbers that we use, let's say you go out and source inventory, and on average, you can find inventory for $2 a piece. Now, my business is actually lower than this, and I think this is a totally achievable number to find inventory for. In a business like mine, you sell clothes and you source at thrift stores, make sure you go out on the days where they're running sales or go to places where you can pay by the pound, stuff like that. I think this number is totally achievable. So at 2 items a day and you're listing 10 items a day for 211 days of the year, that actually leaves you with about $4,200 in initial cost to get your inventory to about $36,000. Plan does need some working capital, work a part-time job. Maybe you have some money saved up from your initial efforts in reselling, what have you, but I think it's totally doable. A mere $20 investment per day for 2/3 of the year could leave you with a total value of $36,000 if your listing price was on average $17 per item, which is what mine is. So wrap this up. If you want to achieve $100 per day in your business, you have to gain a total inventory value of $36,000 and have a minimum sell-through rate of 0.36%. And if you can achieve those two things, then in theory, you should be making $100 per day with your business. So if you want to play with the numbers yourself, you simply times your sell-through rate by your total inventory, and that should leave you with a good kind of estimate of what you should be selling per day for your business. So in this case, 0.0036, because that is 0.36% times 36,000 will actually leave you with about $129 per day for this example, which actually that extra $29 will clear up that $20 per day that you're spending on inventory. So I was a little bit conservative and generous with this example, but at the end of the day, I think these are totally achievable numbers, and this is exactly what I did to help grow my business to its first $36,000 per year. There you go. This is the exact business plan that I used to help achieve my first $36,000 with my business. And I hope it was rather easy to follow. I hope it wasn't too complex or complicated. Honestly, my handwriting was probably the worst part. I have very, very poor handwriting, but I did my best, and I really hope you guys were able to follow along. Fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like these whiteboard videos, I mean, this is the first one, but I really like to kind of quantify my business into these finite numbers. It really helps me understand my business. So if you enjoyed this video with the whiteboard, let me know, because I would love to make some more in the future about different business plans and different things I've been doing to scale my business. I'd love to share it all with you, so let me know below. Okay, but that is today's video. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope your sales are up. I hope business is good. And well, in the meantime, be good to one another, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.